Facebook.
Yeah.
It's recording, so we're good. Awesome. Yay.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome live and live stream. All right, Kate, you're
Yes.
on? You're good? Okay, great.
I'm happy to start with an introduction, and then you can take it away with
Sure. Yeah, I feel like I've been talking too much, so please go right ahead.
So special introduction, special guest. This paint mare right here is Phoenix. I actually got a horse 2 months ago. She came out from Los Angeles. Really excited to have her. Her human just really wanted her to be a therapy, coaching, learning horse. And she has a very interesting background, and we have a lot of serendipity as to how we came into each other's lives. But I was very much guided to her. And the name Phoenix is pretty powerful for me since I have lost 2 mares and has been somewhat challenged in the space of having horses. Both of the mares I had passed, so there's really a great opportunity now to step into some new work with Phoenix. I'm excited for you all to be with her today. And we have Sweetness, the incredible mini donkey, who is just full of heart, so you'll get to be with him. And then some of the others are in the shade right now, but you will get to meet them as they come around. But we have a couple geldings here and another lead mare as well. And Salita, who you can see in the very far background out there, she actually chose not to come in today. And the way I work is essentially like horses have to be fully in choice and service for this. So she is a huge heart horse, and for whatever reason, maybe it's her own self-care, she's choosing not to join right in this space. So she's staying out in pasture out there, but we will have her energy for sure because she's a broodmare thoroughbred off the track and just pure heart. So, all right. Go ahead, Jen.
Thank you, Kate, for introducing the horses and introducing Phoenix, who's just so beautiful. And if you've joined our other sessions, our last couple of HeartMath and horses, each one had a different theme. Last time was the qualities of the heart, and I think the first one was just HeartMath and horses because we were just kicking it off for the first time. And it's been really interesting because each time a different horse has really shown up to work with the group, and they really get excited. If you saw the preview from yesterday, you probably saw how they really all came in from being out in pasture and just kept getting closer and closer and closer to Kate as she was doing the preview. So, but today's topic is going to be the path to love. And Kate and I chose this because, you know, we're in some very interesting times in the world, and for those of us who are a bit more connected already to our heart and have really worked on developing our consciousness or feeling really connected to everyone, we know that there's this underlying current of love that's going on in the world, and that we just need to really deepen. It's one of the deepest qualities of the heart, right, is love. But how do we get into our heart deeper to really access that deepest quality of the heart? Because love, most of us go to the outside world to achieve love or to get love, or we're looking for love from our pets or our parents or our children or our partners or friends or our loved ones. And that quality of love, you know, can be very addicting for some people, and wanting more and more love. But a lot of time, but really what love is it's a emotion, it's energy, emotion that's self-generated within ourselves. And a lot of people don't know that. They don't know how to generate that deep feeling of love, which is deeper than really any love that you can get from outside of yourself. And so we thought we would explore and share that deeper quality of love and the path to love and the path to that deeper quality right within your heart. And so that's what we'll be sharing with you with some HeartMath practices, and then Kate will share an experience with the horses and how the horses support humans in deepening their path to love. But before we get started, I would love to just do a heart coherence practice, a simple one called heart-focused breathing. I know some of you may know it already, those of you who've heard of HeartMath, but for those of you that this is your first time, awesome, I'll guide you through it. And that way it'll get us just a little bit more present, and then we'll get into more of the meat of our conversation about the path to love. So for this heart-focused breathing is what the practice is called. Just sit comfortably wherever you are, and you can keep your eyes open or you can close your eyes, whatever you're most comfortable with, and shift your attention and energy into your heart area and take a deep breath in through your heart, as if your mouth is physically in your heart area, and take a deep breath in for about 5-6 seconds, and a deep breath out for about 5-6 seconds at the same pace. You can breathe in through your mouth or through your nose, whatever you're most comfortable with, how you normally breathe, but just breathe in deeper and longer with your attention on your heart area. Let's take one more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now when you're ready, you can open your eyes. How did that feel, everyone? Give me a thumbs up if it felt good. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's just a simple practice to get grounded, and it's the foundation of all of the HeartMath practices. And what you'll find is this practice you can do anywhere at any time. You could be waiting in line, you could do it when you get up in the morning, you could do it when you're commuting if you're stuck in traffic. It's really just a way to start balancing your emotions, shifting into your heart area, and getting out of your head. Starts the balancing process of what's called coherence, and that's balancing your mind, which is your thoughts, your emotions, and into your heart. So that's a simple, it's called just heart-focused breathing. So with the conversation, I'm going to be going first, and Kate, chime in if you want to share or add anything to what I'm saying. I'll be going a little bit first and talking about the path to love, and how that path starts right within yourself, right within your own heart and your own being. And when we can really more deeply connect with our heart qualities start opening up, and we start experiencing qualities like joy, peace, harmony, love, care, compassion. These are all very deep qualities that release the feel-good hormone DHEA, and really starts creating a really good feeling in our body, because it's a hormone. It gets released in our bodies. And also when we tap into the heart and we balance our mind and our emotions, and we reduce any cortisol production as well. So cortisol can affect our nervous system, and we get a little nervous and what have not. So shifting into the heart is a wonderful thing to do to create balance with energy and emotions, and then tap into those deeper qualities of love, joy, compassion. And that's where ecstasy, right? You hear ecstasy and bliss, that comes from within you. Ecstasy and bliss does not come from without you. So one of the great things to do is to get into heart coherence, really deepen your connection with the heart, and then meditate and just be there in silence. And just being in that space, I know it takes a little bit of time, but the more practice you can do with really being with yourself, being with your heart, taking care of yourself, all of these things really deepen your qualities of accessing love as you're on the path to love. So I'll teach a technique in a few minutes called the heart lock-in technique. That's always a really beautiful one to start generating the feeling, right? Because we generate it within ourselves. So but there is an emotional process that goes with that for generating the feeling of love and self-love. And when you start generating the feeling of love right within yourself, what you find is that you also tend to smile more for no reason. You feel good within yourself. You feel like for no reason. You're just happy for no reason, because that's you taking care of yourself, nurturing your heart, nurturing yourself, nurturing your soul. It's really a self-love process, which people a lot of times don't realize the importance of self-love, you know, and how deep they can go with self-love. And in the beginning, it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of practice, because our minds are so used to running our bodies and running the show, right? So getting into the heart shifts the energy from the mind, away from the mind and into the heart. And when you're able to do that, the heart is able to express itself more. And science has discovered, and the HeartMath has done a lot of research, that the heart actually has its own brain, it has its own wisdom, it has its own memory. There's neuroreceptors and neurotransmitters on the heart that send information to the brain and receive information back, and also it sends information to the rest of the body too. But so through getting heart coherent, you're able to open that up a lot more, so you can really access love right within you. And when you start accessing love right within you, your whole perspective on life even starts shifting. And when your perspective on life starts shifting, your energy that you send from your heart, the heart has an electromagnetic field that goes out about 6 feet, will actually send out a different type of energy, which will then draw in different life experiences, right? So if you want to be more loved, if you want to be more loving, and if you want to be lovable or feel lovable, that all comes from you. And it comes from what you're creating right within this juicy little spot right here in your chest, to what you emit out to others and all. So, so I invite you to really explore the journey of the heart, really explore the path to love. It'll change your perspective on life and how you experience life in general, what you attract in, and you become more of what you want to be and what you want to bring into your life. So if you're with a partner already, your partner will be attracted more to you. You become a magnet, right? You're a magnet for who you are. You attract that in. So your partner's attention to you might shift. They might not know what's going on. Maybe they become more heartful, you know, when you're heartful. If you're trying to attract a partner, same thing. You become more loving, lovable, and you feel more loved from right within yourself. You'll bring in that partner. And if you just want to just feel more love in your life, you just generate it for yourself, whether your partner benefits, whether you're attracting someone or not. So let's do the heart lock-in technique together. And this will start you really getting into your heart, obviously with HeartMath and the path to love and accessing the qualities. This is really just kind of a foundation practice. The heart focused breathing and then the heart lock-in is just the foundation, and then you build upon it from there through coaching and through some programs that we'll share with you later. So what I'd love for you to do right now is, why don't you relax your eyes closed and just shift your attention and energy into the heart area again. And take a deep breath in through your heart as if your physical mouth is right there, and you're just taking a deep, relaxed breath in. And take a breath out. Just deep breath in. And out. All the while just keeping your attention in the heart area. And now bring in the feeling of love, care, compassion right into your heart area. Maybe you need to visualize or think about someone that you love and care about, and that helps you generate the feeling. That's okay too. Bring the vision of that person or that experience. It could be your partner, your children, your horse, a pet, whatever really just makes your heart sing. It could be just sitting on a mountaintop or sitting, walking on the beach. It could be something you experienced. Just bring that in, bring that feeling into your heart. Imagine yourself there if you need to bring that feeling into your heart. So breathe into that feeling of love and care and compassion. Now you can drop the vision and just feel the feeling in your heart. And radiate that feeling of love throughout your whole body. Really let it just permeate every particle of your being. From the tippy toes up to your head, just radiate this love, this care and compassion for yourself. See your heart radiating love and light just throughout your body. And now bring it back into your heart. And when you're ready, you can just open up your eyes and come back into the conversation. So, how was that? Maybe drop into the chat area what you felt. What heart quality did you feel? What heart quality came up for you when you were just radiating a little bit of self-love right to yourself? Would love to see a few comments in the chat area. It's down at the bottom. Just click chat and just type in a quick little message. So calm, peace, joy, open, felt very good, very expansive, very soft and light. Lovely. More joy. You know, joy is actually the highest vibration quality of the heart. It's transcends love even. So that's wonderful that you guys, a lot of you are feeling joy. That's beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share this little practice. You know, we only have a little time together, and I want to leave some time for Kate. But at the end, we'll share with you a sweet opportunity of how you can learn to really deepen your path to love. And with that, I'll turn it over to Kate.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I don't know about you guys, but I already feel so much better. Oh, it's nice to blow out Sarah too. So thank you, Jen. So I was realizing I didn't quite introduce myself, even though I was introducing the horses. So for those of you who don't know me, Kate Neligan, I'm an equine partnered life and career coach, healer, speaker, author. And we're in Longmont, Colorado here at the Mother Ranch. Only Phoenix is my horse. The rest are part of the Mother Ranch herd. And it is an incredible property where there's a lot going on around the heart space. And I'm gonna do a process that kind of came in this morning, because that's often how things are working in real time these days, around love in action. So a lot of the horses are about love and being, how they show up. And I've been thinking about love in action and love as a verb. And so I have 3 pieces on that to share. But if you've listened to the past couple HeartMath and horses, part of what I've always talked about is there's research from the Human Animal Bond Research Institute that horses are actually, not just horses, but animals, and they actually study pets more so. So cats and dogs are actually really good for our physical, mental, and emotional health. And so I find the horses blend very well with HeartMath because there is this research to how they're helping us, how they're supporting us. The horses' hearts are 5 times the size of ours, so that means their electromagnetic field of the heart is much bigger. And for many people, just being with them can bring up a lot of emotion and stuck energy, so to speak. And so a lot of people drop into the heart space very quickly with them. And so a lot of my work as a coach really boils down to self-care and self-love and self-acceptance. And I firmly believe that on the path to great self-love, we visit self-acceptance on the way as kind of a bit of a precursor. So that piece of self-acceptance can really happen. As you can see, there's some mare conversations going on behind me. And what's interesting is this is more than I've seen, so I've been kind of just watching it. So you have Rain right here, our lead mare, and you have Phoenix, who is trying to be lead mare. They've been having conversations, and the 2 of them usually graze right next to each other. And right now, Phoenix wants more space, and Rain is saying, I need more space. And so they're having a conversation around boundaries and space. And what I first got, because Salita didn't come in, and this is the first time Salita's never come in for a Zoom or coaching. She loves this work. And so I was curious about what that is, her being a big heart horse. And I got really clearly that love in action is, for horses, is often about choice. Them having a choice to have more space, them wanting a choice to have food all the time, them wanting to at least choose into when they can eat. And so often we make choices for our horses or for our animals, but I'm going to invite you to consider, what does choice look like in relationship to yourself, to horses if you have them, or in partnership, in romantic relationship or family relationship, friend relationship. And so I truly trust that Salita's in an element of self-care. So bring that to you guys in case if there's something in your life right now that you need to choose out of to protect your own energy, to be more heart spaced, right? Because maybe you've been overgiving or you just don't feel like it, and to be honoring that, to be okay with that. I'm really happy that Salita is choosing what's best for her today, as much as I'd love for her to be in here cuddling with us, because she's so great at it. So the choice piece is big. And then the other three pieces, I'm going to give you a little bit of an exercise or a demonstration. And this is something I want you to think about in context of if you have horses, or if, and also just in relationship with other humans. So the love and action that came through was around intention, clarity, and congruency. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate it with the horses. I'm going to talk about it briefly, and then I'll demonstrate it with the horses so you guys can kind of get a sense here. Give me 1 second. I need to put me on speaker view. There we go. All right, so what came forward really, and I am in co-creation with the horses, what they want to share. So what really came forward around intention was, as you go into relationship, can you have an intention for love and action? And what does that look like, right? So my intention is to be loving. My intention is to share love. My intention is to receive love. That's my intention right now for you guys and for the horses as we go do this. So I want you to just take a moment, and we're going to actually practice this really quick with each other. I saw this done on a Zoom call the other day and I loved it. So if you can put gallery view up, and if you could, for those that have video on, great. If you can turn your video on, that'd be awesome. If not, I want you to just look into the eyes of the other beings on this call. And first set my intention is to be love, or my intention is to give love and receive love. Pick one, share it, and just tune into the other eyes and see how you feel. So just kind of make your way around the gallery view. You see some people's names, maybe just send that name some love, and then see if you're actively receiving love, like if you're feeling into someone else's eyes giving you some love. Just see what does that create from a level of intimacy, level of sharing. So as you can tell, these two are best friends. This is Midnight and Rain. And they are actually eye to eye right now. If I was to go right over there, I probably will in a second here. So they're connecting through the eyes, and the eyes are such a huge portal to the soul, right? Or to the heart. Thank you, Midnight, for giving us your eyes. Thank you. And so, you know, in the very first Heart, Math, and Horses, we did a soul gazing exercise where we looked eyes to eyes as a way as to a portal to heart. But I wanted to try it first with all of you together from the human element. And I know many of us are probably missing in-person connection. I know I really am, being an extrovert, and it being 4 months and being like, I mostly get animal time or technology time, but not as much human. So see how even just setting that intention first maybe shifted the energy, instead of just looking at people, just being like, oh, what is she wearing? What's in her house? What's going on there, right? It's a very good ego-seeking way of looking, which is how a lot of us operate, it just naturally. But what if you were to set that intention first? So my intention as I go be with these horses is my intention is to be love. My intention is to share love and receive love. So what if you had that before you rode, before you hung out with your horses, before you worked with them, same with a relationship, before you got home in the evening from work, if you were to set that intention before you enter into the house and just see what came forward. The next is clarity. Clarity is really often just sometimes speaking out loud what it is we most mean. So for instance, I've found that if I just walk into a group of horses and they're like, we don't know what you want, Kate, what's going on? But if I'm like, hey, I'm here because there's a session, this is a client, let's go. And I'm very clear like about what I'm there for. And I actually speak it out loud. My belief system is that horses do understand us when we speak out loud. That's my personal belief system, just based on years of seeing horses respond to me and the clarity of when I speak things. So what if you were to think about getting even clearer in your voice and speaking it out loud? That's actually a lot that I work with women around. Just like, what's your deep truth? How can you speak your voice with more love and more clarity? Then the third piece is congruence, which I've been thinking a lot about lately. And congruence to me is similar to coherence, although they're different. But congruence for me is a form of integrity. What I feel and what I'm saying and what I'm thinking are in alignment. And coherence is what we just got into, that heart space of like, I feel like my energies are kind of matching. So for instance, Rain just kind of volunteered a teaching around that. If I go up to Rain as a lead mare and I'm upset inside, she's got her ears back, I'm upset inside, but I'm like, hi Rain, how are you? It's so good to see you, everything's great. She'll literally like pin her ears at me and be like, get it together. Like you're not in alignment, you're not congruent, and I trust congruence. So she's really, really in this place of wanting even more and more space. I've actually never seen her do that to midnight ever. So let's just take a moment and actually send her some of our love, because I think she may need some of it today. Her eyes are probably bothering her. She is moon blindness. So let's just all send her some love. And we're all of service right now. There, thank you. So what that looks like is the intention, my intention, you'll hear people say love and light, right? The intention is I'm sending my own loving energy to you, right? Again, this is love in action. I'm sending my own natural state, which is love, unconditional love at the highest form, to you. I'm not losing anything by sending that. I'm just sending my own essence and true nature to you to be a contribution. Good girl, right? So she's already shifted. So thank you guys all for that. There's an element of like her feeling a little bit more back in her body, or a little more comfortable. She's a good girl, shaking off all the stuff that maybe has been bothering her. Good. And she's processing through some stuff. So if you guys are like, ooh, I feel some anger, just even looking at her, I feel that it's all okay. Just being with what comes up. Right? She's representing this for all of us in a way that we can really be with and learn from. So just a quick recap, and then I'm going to go see how this resonates with the horses. The first piece was that choice, right? I can choose into this or out of this, right? I can opt in or opt out. That's freedom, right? I can opt into social media and the news right now, or I can opt out. One of my choices that I'm sitting with every day. The intention, right? My intention is just to be love. Could I bring that intention into my life more? The clarity, let me express it, right? So if I'm in a challenging conflict situation, can I just say, my intention is actually connection. What is it going to take for us to get there? And then the last piece around congruence, which is I find that if you tell a horse and a human, hey, I'm actually feeling some anger right now, it has nothing to do with you. It's just my stuff. Let me take a pause, or that might be why I'm acting that way. Good girl. Thank you, Rain. So that to me is congruence. That to me is love in action, which is the willingness to know how we're feeling, to be with it, to express it, to make it okay. That self-acceptance piece on the journey to self-love. So that's really, I feel like in many ways where it's like, can we just make her, and I'm using the word anger, right? But you know, that's putting my humanness on her for a second. It could be just frustration. It could just be communication, but you're seeing a very different ear and space and energy from you guys, even just sending her some love. And she'll come in and out of it, but can we make it okay? So the congruence, if you are able to say, if you're working with horses or any animal or humans, hey, actually, I might be smiling right now, but inside I'm actually feeling a little lonely, or and like the willingness to just be able to, even if you don't say it out loud, to own it. But I usually say it out loud to the horses if I come and I'm like, I'm a little cranky today. My intention is to be out of it as fast as I can be. And that's how I work with them. That's how I am during quarantine, during self-cocooning, because there's different emotions flying through quite frequently. I don't know about you guys. All right, so let's play with this with the horses. I'm gonna bring the computer, and I most likely will not lose connection. It has happened once in a blue moon. If I do, it will come right back. Just want to check the time here. Where are we at, Jen? How much time do I have? Let's see.
You have like about 5 minutes or so. It's 12:42. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to do a check on that. I lost my little timer here.
No worries.
All right. So intention is to just be love, connect in, Phoenix. Tuning in, right? Is there an action that needs, like right now, I felt like touch would be appropriate for her. It's not for Rain, but it is for Phoenix right now. You can see the eyes. It's okay, Rain. Girl. So she dropped in just through loving touch, right? So tuning in and give you guys these guys. So that's that eye to eye. I have not really seen them do it that intensely before. It's really beautiful. It's almost like their eyes are touching. So you guys can interpret that how you'd like. If we were in session, I would ask you what that represents to you or looks like or feels like. But for me right now, it's almost like, how can we learn to see eye to eye with differences? Hi, yes. There's a lot of differences right now. There's a lot of division happening in the world that I'm noticing. And thank you, sweetheart, thank you. So I often find that Midnight shares a lot about how can we bridge? How can we integrate our shadow, and how do we stay in this place of accepting differences? Because you have a male Arabian black gelding and you have an Andalusian gray mare, and their personalities are very different, and yet they are very good friends. So there's really an opportunity, and a lot of the way they're good friends is through being. They stand around a lot, connect, and share territory, which in the horse world is actually how they share love and connection. And so often as humans, we think we have to be doing something with someone to experience giving and receiving love. But really, what if we could just sit on the couch and still feel so much love and connection with a friend, right? So I offer you guys that to think about. And then with Winter here, let's see, I don't want to lose internet. Give me a second. All right. Sometimes I can lose it in that shed. So with Winter, you know, let's see, my intention is to be love. Let's see what presents. And again, you guys can interpret this how you would. But what I'm getting from him is, how can we go into a place of stillness to activate love? And that might look like meditation, it might look like prayer, it might look like sleep. Winter usually will want to touch and want to connect, and he has really demonstrated. Thank you, sweetie. So much so that I feel zero inclination or intention to touch him or really do much else besides just watch. Oh boy. And then Sweetness, camera? You want to come on camera, sweetie? So Sweetness is in this place right here, feeling what feels good. But love for him right now is being out of the heat, and it's having his herd around him. Right, sweetie? Yeah, you're gonna come say hi to everyone? The people are on the screen, I know. So let's see if you guys can give you guys a little love activation through the eyes. Good boy, thank you. All right, so what I loved about Sweetness was kind of sharing was that sometimes if we can find that place of intimacy where we can look into our own eyes, that there's really an opportunity there to be with whatever emotion arises and to kind of relax in that space. So hopefully that was a nice little herd tour that you guys got, but with different ways and representations of love and action, right? Whether it was through touch or through eye-to-eye seeing connection, through stillness, or through being in touch with just our own preciousness and sweetness that Sweetness always shows us. So let me know if you felt like one horse resonated with you more than another. I'd be super curious about that. If you felt like you had any maybe messages that came through as we paused a little bit with each horse, feel free to share.
Yeah, just drop it into the chat area.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yay! I love some of these sharings that there's an immediate connection and love feeling that's being generated. Awesome.
One person wrote, I love that. My hubby got up and is now sitting next to me.
I know, I was loving that too.
Oh, that's
Good
so
times.
sweet. Yeah.
That's
See, they can feel the energy, not just 6 feet, but probably even further out.
Oh gosh, yeah. That's Winter's. Oh, their heart's more than 6 feet too, but
Oh, for sure.
yeah, but that loving Phoenix's energy. Yeah, I know. There is a lot of communication going on, right? It's amazing just watching them. You can get a lot. So, and the Zoom is so beautiful. It's actually working just as well as in person. Super grateful. So I know we have a sharing, though we've done these HeartMath and horses. I'm going to let Jen take this, but I'll just kind of cue it up for a second. We've done these HeartMath and horses mostly because Jen and I were going to do this in person in Los Angeles in the summer, and we've been talking about it for a long time because we both went to Tulum and did a retreat with HeartMath training, Tulum, Mexico, and and I've really wanted to blend these things for a long time because I've seen a couple in the space do it really. And so it just got louder in my intuition. Like I would just be walking somewhere and just hear HeartMath and horses, like just loudly. So we were like, let's set up a Zoom. And we didn't really have any intention or any attachment or anything. We just wanted to serve. And it really, like we had over 200 people register for the first two. And so it's just been this like beautiful organic thing that quite frankly, I feel like the herd is carrying, both this herd and who want to teach this, and then also my heaven herd, my horses on the other side. It just feels very guided. I've had some incredible signs, which at some point I'll share about this every time I go to do one of these, and Jen too. So Jennifer, do you want to walk through what's next from us? Because we really wanted to take people into a deeper experience.
Sure.
Hi, sweetie, you gonna come over for this? All right. So
yeah.
We'll talk. I want to hear this part.
Okay, great. Yeah, I just wanted to share with you what Kate and I have been working on for the last basically couple of weeks to see how we can help deepen your experience with love. And so and you're the first to know, so we're excited, drum roll please, to let you know that we're launching a 6-week experiential program starting on August 27th, and it's a HeartMath and horses, expanding your capacity to love. So the entire 6 weeks we're going to be covering different aspects of the heart. And as you can see, the engagement with the horses is so amazing. Each time different horses step up and work with us humans on deepening our connection with ourselves and with love. And what was great today, what I noticed, is that it felt like all the horses showed up because they all came in, they all wanted to participate and be a part of. And if you noticed how their eyes were closing and they were really relaxing and meditating and engaging with us, and this whole process that Kate and I were going through with the Path to Love. So the 6 weeks are going to cover, each session is going to cover different topics. So the first week will be focused on the science of the heart and the importance of heart-focused breathing in creating coherence and resilience. And then it's also going to focus on the science of the horse and the human-animal bond. So there'll be some equine practices, activating all the senses and sharing your heart with all animals that you may be engaged with throughout life. Session 2 will be exploring the qualities of the heart and some deeper HeartMath practices, and then also exploring the qualities of the horse if you work with horses, and then even if you don't work with horses, but bringing in the qualities of the horse. And then there's a practice that Kate teaches called the infinite heart loop. So she's going to be sharing and teaching that as well. And then session 3 will be leveling up your vibration and the HeartMath practices that can really help you increase your vibratory resonance. And on the equine practice side, Kate will be sharing about surrendering and letting go and allowing yourself to rise, right? You start letting go of the baggage and you become lighter, and your frequency starts rising as well. Session 5 will be about self-love, which is a little bit what today was about, just giving you a taste of it. So Kate and the horses will share their regular rituals that they do to foster self-love. I'll be sharing my rituals as well with you. Session 5 will be what is divine love and why does it matter, and how to access your own true divinity, and what are some of the barriers to love and how to remove them, right? And that will help you access your divine love. You'll learn how to quickly shift from fear to love through various practices. The purification process we'll talk about, the purification of the heart, and then removing your heart walls, right? Removing your heart walls. There's a quote by Rumi, which is, your task is not to seek love, but merely to seek to find all the barriers within yourself that you've built up against it, the barriers you've built against love. So I thought I would just share that with you. And then the final session will be focused on love for all, the energetic connectivity, the global coherence of love and connection with humans, the animals, and Mother Earth, and how creating random acts of kindness and gratitude connects us all energetically, learning from the horse herd and how to create a community that benefits from all of this. And then Kate has specific practices on the compassionate self and forgiveness. And so if you're interested to learn more, we've built a website that you can go to. I'm going to drop it in here into the chat area. You can click on the link and or copy it and drop it into a URL. The site is heartmathhorses.com. So you can go there, you can get more information, you can register, you can connect with us and ask questions, but we tried to put everything in there. If you have more questions, please feel free to email or call Kate, but we really want to help deepen people's access to love, because the more you love yourself, the more you can be loving with others and just expand your capacity to love. That's actually how we heal the world. That's actually how we create world peace. When we have inner peace and inner love for ourselves and then can share it with others, that's how that comes about. Everyone's trying to focus on everyone else, and really it's an inside job. And so Kate and I and the horses and the donkeys will work with you. We'll have fun. It'll be coming from the ranch. It'll be very experiential, even though it's on Zoom and online. It's going to be very experiential. There's a lot of great exercises, like Kate just guided us through 2 of them, one with each other, one with the horses, and with Sweetness, the donkey. And do you have anything else to share on the program and what we put together, Kate?
Sure. Yeah, I just, the way I look at this is the time for this is now because of how much is going on in our world. And so, I remember when I signed up for my spiritual psychology master's program, and I didn't know why. I just felt guided to do it. And it was it was a big purchase, but it was really for me to come into my own being, to commit to my heart, to commit to my soul, because I had just a lot of ego stuff going on. And I look at HeartMath and Horses as really a thing for each individual person, but the beauty of it is the ripple effect it has on everyone in your life when you take it. And you can apply these principles. I know a lot of folks are equine practitioners and want to start bringing HeartMath into their work, or are HeartMath practitioners and want to be considering, going and working with horses as well. And so I really think it's just one of the best blended modalities. And it is for you. Do it for you if you feel called, but know that everyone around you is going to feel like your new energy. I'll never forget, after my master's program, people are like, what are you doing and how can I have some of it? Like, where are you? So that's my intention for HeartMath and Horses, is that the horses, myself and Jennifer, and the modality of equine energy and the modality of HeartMath change your life in a 6-week period, right? Change your life for the better, and that you do have your hubby all of a sudden sitting next to you and wanting to know, what's working so well and what you're doing, because we really do have a ripple effect. And that's, I think, back to all the personal growth I've invested in, and that's really been one of the greatest joys, is it's just been so exponential in my own life, in the relationships, and in my work too. Did you have something to share, Midnight? He just says yes. Hold on. He just came over on that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I know,
so beautiful,
for being here and enjoying Sweetness. And also, if you have specific questions about how this will impact you or how it can create change, let us know. We're happy to jump on a call, email, text, and have conversation with you about this. And there's payment plans, so it's super affordable. So yeah, I just, I want you guys to, if you've enjoyed this and you want more, it's here for you.
Thank you, Kate.
They're all now moving. They somehow know that we're wrapping up. It's so cool, right? Yeah.
They're like, see you guys, bye. Oh, they really are moving, my goodness.
They're rushing to the sign up page, Jen. We're going to find that website and sign up.
Yeah, please join us if you feel called. Follow your heart, connect with your heart, say, is this for me? And if you feel a little tingling, if you feel a little boost of excitement, that means your heart says yes, right? Really just check into your heart. Does it say yes? If yes, great, join us. If not, that's totally fine. We know that some of you have joined us multiple times, and this is just a way to deepen it. And we're going to work with a smaller, intimate group of 10 people so that there's more one-on-one time. And when you go to the site, there'll be more information, what's included, what you'll get, when it starts, the times of day, all of that is there. But if your heart feels called to do it, we would love to have you join us. And we want to thank you for joining us today. I hope you had fun. I hope you'll come and play with us more on the Mother Ranch. And when we are out of quarantine, our goal is to do these in person as retreats, because it'll just be so much funner. I mean, I've done Kate's equine programs in person for like over 2 years now, all different types of programs that she's done here in LA, in Malibu, up in Thousand Oaks. with the horses, and each time is a deeper and deeper experience. So thank you all. Our time is up. We appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you. Go take this feeling with you through your day, and we hope to see you come back and join us.
Thank you all.
Bye guys. Bye everyone.
Thank you.